You're listening to BBC Radio WM and BBC CWR. It's Maya with you here till 8 o'clock. And still to come then, we're going to be talking very, very soon to a music legend, Mukhtar Sahota, yes, from the famous band in the 90s, Mukhtar Sahota from the Sahotas. He'll be on the show talking to us about his new track that he's done with singer JDeep. And JDeep is from Coventry as well. So he'll be on very, very shortly. Now, let's talk new music. ISHQ NE KAMLA is the latest track by Mukhtar Sahota from Wolverhampton, and the song features singer JDeep from Coventry as well. Friend of the show, Mukhtar, joins me now. Welcome back to Midlands Masala. Hi, Mukhtar.
Hi, Maya. How are you?
How are you? Have you had a good day?
Oh, fine, thanks. Yeah, it's been a relaxing day, relaxing Sunday.
Oh, what have you been up to? Anything exciting?
No, nothing really exciting. Just been on social media. Just been obviously promoting ISHQ NE KAMLA. So just sitting back and yeah.
Good. Okay. So
media.
So tell me about this track. Then this is a Sufi track that you've created, right?
It is, yes.
So tell me a bit about it. How did it all come about?
Yeah, I originally worked with JDeep. I sort of got him on board on one of my movie tracks. It was a soundtrack for a film called Kache Tage, and the song was called Kya Bata. And that's where we kind of worked together, and I really liked, his style of singing, and we started talking about, possibly doing another project. And that's when we, went through a selection of songs, and ISHQ NE KAMLA was the one that really appealed to myself. And I says, yeah, we can do something, a little bit different with that track, rather than going down the typical sort of Sufi style of music. We thought I'd take a different edge on the music altogether. And then once we had created the song, I had played it to another producer for a movie, and he was really interested in taking it on for the movie. This is going back about 2-3 years. And he wanted to put the promotional song for the movie, but things didn't quite work out. I mean, it's quite common in movies, they sort of select tracks and then change their minds and stuff. So it's only recently we decided to release it as a single. So I revamped the track, obviously, for the single release, and so that's how it came about.
So this is a Sufi track then with like a funk rock twist that's got an added element of rap as well. So that's a combo that you don't usually see. So why did you decide to explore this particular genre then?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of experiment quite a lot with music and genres and stuff. And I've done sort of a lot of rock-based tracks in the past, and this is more sort of like a funk rock. And I think it really suited JDeep's vocal and the whole the final product was basically what I had in mind, and it turned out really well. And the rap part, obviously, that was something that was JDeep's input. He wanted to do a rap on it. I wasn't sure in the beginning, but once I heard the rap, I thought, something, it works quite well with the track. He doesn't kind of throw it out, because sometimes you can put stuff into music and it doesn't quite kind of gel. But I think in this instance it worked really well, and a lot of people have complimented the fact that how well the rap worked, because a lot of people, when you just talk about it, a lot of people are like, I'm not so sure about rap in a Sufi track. It doesn't kind of make any sense, but it worked out really well.
Yeah, no, I listened to it and it sounds really good. Like you say, just gives it kind of like a different twist to it. Tell me, yeah, absolutely. Tell me then about JDeep a little bit. So I know you've just mentioned that you've worked with him before, but was he responsible for the lyrics, and obviously he does the singing as well? That's
right, yeah. He'd written the lyrics for ISHQ NE KAMLA, and I mean, he had so many verses for this track, and I think he'd written a whole book on this on the song. We had to really break it down and pick out the best verses to use for the track. And I've done quite a lot of work with JDeep in the past that hasn't been released. It was just sort of demo stage. And he's been in the business for such a long time as well. He's done quite a lot of singles and collaborations with other artists, but I don't think he's ever released a Sufi track. And I know this is more sort of down his what he really enjoys doing, and that's what he kind of does sort of on a day-to-day basis. So this is really his first Sufi release.
And is there a music video to go with it as well?
Yes. Yeah, there's a music video that accompanies this track as well. So and that's out. It's on YouTube and all the social media.
And also, you've also just recently released a Punjabi film song. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was for a movie called Sade Ali, a track called Yar Vichre. This was a movie for Deep Sidhu, who sadly passed away recently. And he had contacted me in 2018 to produce this track for the movie. And he's such a lovely human being. I mean, we spent so many hours on the phone just talking and then going through the track and he's really pleased with the outcome of the track. And it was really sad that he didn't actually get to see the movie go out and sadly passed away before the movie was released. So it has a bit of a sad ending. It was a really emotional track as well, and the lyric kind of really related to his real life in a certain way. So that was released earlier this year, and the movie's done pretty well for that release.
And sort of what else have you got coming up then over the summer? Are you working on more stuff? Will you be releasing more things with JDeep? You said you've got quite a lot of material that you've kind of made together. Are we going to hear any of that in the near future? Yeah. I mean, that is the plan. Finish off some of the tracks we've been working on in the past. And then I do have quite a few singles lined up. I mean, especially during the lockdown period, I really had time to go through my hard drive and the archives that I've got, and I didn't realise there's so many tracks that I hadn't I had forgotten about, and so I've really been working on getting all that material out. So you should be hearing quite a lot of material coming out soon. Brilliant, sounds good. Well, I'm going to play ISHQ NE KAMLA right now, but before that, tell us, how can people get the track and how can they follow you on socials?
Yeah, the track is available on all the digital outlets like, Amazon, Apple and what have you. And on the social media, you can follow me on all the social media /Mukhtar Sahota.
Brilliant, thank you. Well, thanks so much for talking to us today. All the best to you. We'll chat to you again soon.
Thanks very much, Maya. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Thank you. That's Mukhtar Sahota from Wolverhampton there, talking about his latest release. And I'm going to play it for you now. It's called ISHQ NE KAMLA.
Yari ishq de naal nala baithi e yaar bana ke lut lenda e ishq awlda dakuwe bas neen mala ke lut lenda ishq ne kamla kar chhadya mainu ishq ne kamla kar chhadya ode ishq ne ने कमला कर छड्या मैनू इश्क ने कमला कर छड्या ओदे इश्क ने ओ पतझड़ सी जा सौण सी ओ पानी सी जा पौण सी ओ पतझड़ सी जा सौण सी ओ पानी सी जा पौण सी मैं की दस्सां कौन सी जिदे इश्क ने कमला कर छड्या मैनू ਫਿਰ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਪੱਲੇ ਪਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਜਦ ਟਕਰਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਫਿਰ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਪੱਲੇ ਪਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਬਸ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਈ ਹੀਰਾਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਸੱਸੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਹੱਡ ਬੀਤੀਆਂ ਜੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਈ ਹੀਰਾਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਸੱਸੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਹੱਡ ਬੀਤੀਆਂ ਜੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਹਰ ਆਸ਼ਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਠੱਗਦਾ ਏ ਇਹ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਅੱਗਦਾ ਏ ਹਰ ਆਸ਼ਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਠੱਗਦਾ ਏ ਇਹ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਅੱਗਦਾ ਏ ਤੇ ਉਲਟਾ ਹੀ ਨਿਤ ਵਗਦਾ ਏ ਇਸ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਦੇ ਡੰਗਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਕੋਈ ਸੁਣੇ ਨਾ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਲਿਹਾਜ਼ ਪਾਸੇ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਬੇਸੁਰਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਜ ਨਾਲੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਖਬਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੇਗਾਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਦਫਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੇਵਫਾ ਨਾਲੇ ਤੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਵਫਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਮਜਾਜੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਹਕੀਕੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਆਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਜ਼ਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਦਾ ਨਾ ਪਾਰਦਾ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਛਾਲਾ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਦਾ ਨਾ ਪਾਰਦਾ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਛਾਲਾ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਤਾਜ ਮਹਿਲ ਬਣਵਾਇਆ ਏ ਕਿਤੇ ਅੱਡੀ ਮੁੱਲ ਵੀ ਪਾਇਆ ਏ ਕਿਤੇ ਤਾਜ ਮਹਿਲ ਬਣਵਾਇਆ ਏ ਕਿਤੇ ਅੱਡੀ ਮੁੱਲ ਵੀ ਪਾਇਆ ਏ ਉਂਗਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਨਾਚ ਨਚਾਇਆ ਏ ਇਸ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ ਕਰ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਕਮਲਾ
That was Ishq Ne Kamla, brand new track, getting its first play here on Midlands Masala. It's by Wolverhampton's Mukhtar Sahota and Coventry's JDeep.